The next type of metric conversion I'd like to review with you is what I call two-step metric conversions. This is when we start with a number that has one type of prefixed unit to go to a second type of prefixed unit. So for example, like from megagram to centigram. So mega and centi are both prefixes. It's kind of an interesting style of conversion, but I think we're going to make through just fine. So here's our example problem for a two-step conversion. Let's take 23.7 hectograms and convert that into milligrams. Just like we saw with the previous type of conversion, with one-step conversion, our first step is again to take what we've been given and to put that as a fraction over 1. So we're just going to go ahead and take that 23.7 hectograms and slap it right over top of 1 to make it into a fraction. Step 2 is again the same. That unit hectograms, we want to cancel him out. So we know that hectograms has to end up in the bottom of the next fraction. Now I need to go shopping in my metric conversion store. I need something that has hectograms in it to be able to convert away from hectograms. And I can see that I have an equivalent statement in my whole metric prefix box here that will work for me. 1 hectograms equals 10 to the second grams. But wait a minute, that's not milligrams. Oh no. Well, it's the only option that you have right now, so you're going to have to use it. So just like before, we have to match up the numbers and the letters in the up and down boxes here. So luckily, there's a 1 in front of the hectogram, so you're just going to slip a 1 right in front of your prefixed unit, your hectogram. And the second part of that equivalent statement is going to have to go to the top part of my fraction. So I'm going to fill that in with 10 to the second grams. So although that helps convert at least closer to milligrams, it's not all the way there. I've at least gotten to the base unit. But here's kind of the wacky thing. Now that I'm in grams, I can convert from grams to pretty much anything I want. And just again, another way of knowing whether or not we're actually done with this problem is that the unit that we're asked to convert to hasn't yet appeared in that top last box. That's a good indication that you're going to have to add yet another fraction. Now notice what I'm going to do here. I am not solving this yet in the calculator. I'm simply going to add space in for another fraction to continue this conversion. You never go to the calculator until that unit that you're looking for appears in the top last box. So let's take that grams and let's plan to cross it off. Gee, I wonder where it has to go. Since it's in the top right now, I want that to cross down to the bottom of the next box. And what the cool thing here again, since you're in grams, you can quite literally go anywhere you want now because grams is in every single equivalent statement. So the equivalent statement that's really going to work best for us right now is going to have grams in it, but also milligrams, because that's what we want to end our problem with. And there's only one equivalent statement that will do for this particular conversion, and that's this one. It has both milligrams and grams in it. And just like we've done before, now it's just simply a matter of putting the right numbers in the right spots. And because I took the time to cross my unit down first, no numbers, just a unit goes down to the bottom first, I just need to put the right numbers in the right spot. So in front of the G, I see 10 to the negative third. So 10 to the negative third here has to go with the grams that are already on the bottom. And the second half of the equivalent statement, 1 milligram, is what's going to fill into the top. Now you can probably see that because milligram is in the top last box, it's time to be done. It's time to start crossing off units, and it's time to go to the calculator. So first off, I can see that hectograms has crossed off. Next, I can see grams have crossed off, and that leaves us with milligrams, in the top last box. That's how I know that I'm done. Now down to the bottom, I threw a text box in there for you for what I'm going to plug into my calculator. So because the 23.7 and the 10 to the second are on the top, I'm going to multiply them together. Because 10 to the negative third is on the bottom, I'm going to divide that back away. So I'm going to type 23.7 times 10 to the second divided by 10 to the negative third. And at the end of this, after you push equals, you should come up with the final answer of 2.37 times 10 to the 6th milligrams.